Hello and welcome to all students. Today, in this lecture, we study about measures of central tendency and we learn how to draw Ogive curve for a given grouped frequency distribution. So, first of all, we see the outline of our lecture. So, first of all, we write some introduction about the Ogive curve. Then we define what is meant by Ogive curve. Then we write types of Ogive curve. Then we have steps to construct or the construction of Ogive curves. And finally we see some examples on Ogive curves. In the previous lecture we saw how to draw histogram for the given frequency distribution, and in the histogram we have located the mode of the given frequency distribution also. Now in this lecture we draw Ogive curve for a given frequency distribution, and here we locate the quartiles of the given frequency distribution by using graphical method. An Ogive curve, it is also called as cumulative frequency curve. An Ogive curve, it is also called as cumulative frequency curve. It is a type of frequency polygon that shows cumulative frequencies. The cumulative percents are added on the graph from left to right. An Ogive graph plots cumulative frequency on the y-axis and class boundaries along the x-axis. So while drawing the Ogive curve on the graph paper, on the x-axis we take a class boundaries, and on the y-axis we take the cumulative frequencies. So we see what is the use of Ogive curve. An Ogive graph is a plot used in statistics to show cumulative frequencies. It allows us to quickly estimate the number of observations that are less than or equal to particular value. Ogive graph or the cumulative frequency graphs are used to find the median of the given set of data. The point in which both the curve intersects corresponding to x-axis gives the median value. So to find median, the point in which both the curve intersect corresponding to the x-axis gives the median value. Means for a given data we draw a less than Ogive curve as well as draw the more than Ogive curve on the same graph paper, and we see where these two curves crosses each other, and from that cross point we draw a perpendicular on the x-axis, and the foot of that perpendicular is nothing but the median of the given data. So this is the process to find out median. This is the process to find out median for the given data. Okay. Apart from finding the medians, Ogive ogives are used in computing the percentiles of the data set values, as well as ogives are used to find out ogives are used to find out quartiles, deciles, and as well as percentiles also. Now we write the types of Ogive curves. There are two types of Ogive curves. Ogive curves are also known as uh, frequency curves or cumulative frequency curves. So first type of curve is less than cumulative frequency curve or less than Ogive curve. Second type of curve is called as more than cumulative frequency curve or more than Ogive curve. So in this lecture we learn about only a less than cumulative frequency curve. So method of constructing the less than cumulative frequency curve. Steps of constructing less than cumulative frequency curve. So in the first step, in this case, we have to prepare a less than cumulative frequency table. So see here, if we have given a grouped frequency distribution, okay, if we have given a grouped frequency distribution, then from that grouped frequency distribution, first of all we have to construct a less than cumulative frequency table. That table, how to construct, all of you know. This can be prepared by, तो कसा प्रिपेअर करायचा ते दिलेला आहे. This can be prepared by adding frequencies from top to bottom continuously along with the upper limit of the classes. म्हणजे हा टेबल तयार करताना जे तुम्हाला क्लासेस दिलेले आहेत त्याची अप्पर लिमिट घ्यायची फर्स्ट कॉलमला, सेकंड कॉलममध्ये फ्रिक्वेन्सीज असणार आहेत आणि थर्ड कॉलममध्ये क्युम्युलेटिव्ह फ्रिक्वेन्सीज आहेत. या क्युम्युलेटिव्ह फ्रिक्वेन्सीज कशा काढायच्या, तर टॉप टू बॉटम तुमच्या फ्रिक्वेन्सीज ॲड करत करत तुम्हाला तो कॉलम मिळणार आहे. ओके, वी विल सी इन द एक्झाम्पल्स. We plot the points by taking upper limit on x axis. बघा आता तो प्लॉट कसा करायचा कर्व, तर अप्पर लिमिट हे एक्स ॲक्सिसवरती घ्यायचं अँड लेस दॅन क्युम्युलेटिव्ह फ्रिक्वेन्सीज टेक ऑन द वाय ॲक्सिस अँड प्लॉट द पॉईंट्स ऑन द ग्राफ. ओके, मग आता हे पॉईंट्स ग्राफवरती प्लॉट करायचे अँड वी जॉईन these points by freehand curve, which is our rising curve, and that curve is called as less than cumulative frequency curve. That is very simple to draw a cumulative frequency curve. So now let us see what is the use of less than cumulative frequency curve. First use is to determine the number or proportion of cases below a given number, below a given value. That is important. And second, it is useful for finding median. It is useful for finding median, quartiles, deciles, percentiles, etc. of the given data. It is useful in more effective manner to compare two or more frequency distributions on the same graph. So third is important. It is useful in more effective manner to compare two or more frequency distributions on same graph. Let us see one example to draw a cumulative frequency curve of less than type. Question number 1. Draw less than cumulative frequency curve for the following data. Now data is given to you, wages are given and the number of workers are given. So in the range of wages 30 to 40 there is only one worker. Wages means uh, wages in rupees. They are wages. Wages means समजा पगार म्हणा, पगार त्या लोकांचा पगार 30 ते 40 या दरम्यान किती लोक आहेत? एक आहे. ओके. Okay, so in the range of wages for 40 to 50 there are 3 workers. In the range of 50 to 60 there are 11 workers. In the range of 60 to 70 there are 21 workers, and in this way we have given the 9 workers in the range of wages 90 to 100. Okay, so and hence find two quartiles. Here we will find q1 and q3, two quartiles, and also we find the number of workers having wages between 75 and 75 and 95. Okay, we have to find out the number of workers in the range of 75 and 95. So by observation we cannot find the how many workers are there whose wages are in between 75 to 95. Number of workers तुम्ही determine करू शकत नाही. Okay, by drawing the graph we can determine. Okay, now see here total. Now here we have to find out quartile also. From this data we will find quartiles by using the Ogive curve. Okay, so let us write the answer for this question. Answer: first we prepare a less than cumulative frequency table from the given data. आता जो दिलेला डेटा आहे त्याचा लेस दॅन क्युम्युलेटिव्ह फ्रिक्वेन्सी टेबल तयार करायचा आहे. तर हा टेबल तयार करताना वी नीड 3 कॉलम्स. फर्स्ट कॉलम इज फॉर wages less than, means the upper limit of the given classes. Okay, so first of all we'll write the upper limit 40, corresponding frequency is 1, and less than cumulative frequency is 1. Second upper limit is 50, corresponding frequency is 3, and less than cumulative frequency is addition of first two frequencies. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Next upper limit is 60, and the number of workers are 11, and the cumulative frequency is addition of first three frequencies, means it is nothing but 4 plus 11 and is equal to 15. So in this fashion we find all the cumulative frequencies of all the cumulative frequencies. Okay, so here n is equal to 120, and it is nothing but where is n? N is equal to 120. N is equal to 120, so we see this part. Okay, n is equal to 120. So here we can see that this gives this number gives the total number of observations in the given data. So n is the total number of observations in the given data. Okay, now n is nothing but the addition of all frequencies. So in this way we prepare a cumulative frequency table of less than type. Okay, that is very important. And while drawing the graph, the upper limit means first column entries we take on the x-axis, and the last column entries means less than cumulative frequency entries 1, 4, 15, 36. These entries we will consider on the y-axis. Okay, so minimum, so in the first column minimum entry is 40, maximum is 100, and in the last column means in this cumulative frequency column minimum entry is 1 and maximum entry is 120. So by considering these two things, minimum and maximum, we have to take a proper scale on the x-axis as well as proper scale on the y-axis also, so that all entries will be will appear on the x-axis and y-axis corresponding entries. Okay, so now we draw less than cumulative frequency curve by taking upper limits of class intervals on x-axis, means wages on the x-axis, okay, and the cumulative frequencies on y-axis, means the number of workers on the y-axis. So scale on the x-axis is take 1 centimeter is equal to 10 wages on x-axis, and scale on y-axis is nothing but 1 centimeter is equal to 10 workers on the y-axis. By using this scale we draw our graph. Okay, by using this scale we draw our graph. So let us see the graph, and we will plot all the points on the uh, we will plot all points on the graph now. So let us see the graph. Okay, so this is our graph paper, and on that graph paper we draw x-axis, y-axis. So see here, this is blue color line x-axis, vertical blue color line is y-axis, and on the x-axis, on this x-axis, we will put wages. So see here, the wages we have to write on the x-axis, and on the y-axis we have to write number of workers or cumulative frequencies, means. Okay, now we put the wages on x. So we have taken a scale for x-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 10. Therefore we start from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, 90, 100, 101, 110. Okay, so all entries I have written 1 centimeter is equal to 10 on this scale. We have plotted all the points on the x-axis. Similarly we plot the cumulative frequencies on the y-axis like this. See here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, 90, 100, 110, and 120. So maximum entry is 20 on the cumulative frequency column. So minimum entry I have taken 0 here, then 10, 20, and all these up to 120. Okay, up to 120. Now we plot the points. So our first point is, so you can see our first point in your cumulative frequency table. We plot first point 4, first upper limit is 4 and corresponding cumulative frequency is 1. So 4 comma 1, that point, you can observe that point is here. So see here, red color point, you will see that point. I will show you. So first point is here, 4 comma 1. ओके, तर तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना माहिती असेल की पॉईंट प्लॉट कशी करायची. 4शी रिलेटेड क्युम्युलेटिव्ह फ्रिक्वेन्सी किती आहे, 1 आहे, म्हणजे 4च्या वरती एक घर सरकून तो पॉईंट आपण इथं प्लॉट केलेला आहे. ओके, आता दुसरा पॉईंट किती आहे बघा, 50 corresponding to 4 cumulative frequency, 50,4. So next point is here, 50,4. Our next point is here, 50 is here, and 50च्या वरती 4 घरं सरकून आपल्याला, ओके, तो पॉईंट प्लॉट केला. सेकंड पॉईंट प्लॉट केला आपण. नाव नेक्स्ट पॉईंट that we have to plot is 60, 15. ये 60 corresponding 15. Here you can see 60, 15, 60 on the x-axis and 15 on the y-axis. That point I have plotted here. Now next point that we have to plot is 70, 36. So see this point 70 is here. 1 minute. So 70, 36. So you can observe this point, it is corresponding to 70 and it corresponding to the 36 also. Okay, पस्तीच्या वरती एक. Okay, so in this way. Now next point plot is 80, 79. So see here 80 is here and corresponding 79 means one block below of 80. म्हणजे 80ला एक घर सोडून खालचा पॉइंट बरोबर 79 तो बरोबर प्लॉट केलेला आहे. ओके, so this point you can observe. Okay, so this point is corresponding to the point 80, 79. 79 is confirmed and 80 is also confirmed. So now we plot the next point 90, 11. So 90, 11, so 90 is here. Okay, 11 is here. So our 90, 11, upper limit is 90 and corresponding cumulative frequency is 111. So you will see the point here, 90 is here and 11 is 111 is here. So these are the, in this way we have plotted. So you can observe that. So 90, 11 point we have plotted here. Okay, now the last point is 100, 120. Upper limit is 100 and cumulative frequency is 120, and you will see that that point must be here. Here must be the point. Okay, so that point is here, and join all these points by using a freehand curve and you will get a curve. That curve is called as a cumulative frequency curve. So in this way we will find the Ogive curve or cumulative frequency curve for a given data. Okay, so now our half job is done. Up to now we have plotted a cumulative frequency curve. Now by using this cumulative frequency curve we try to find out a two quartiles Q1 and Q3. After that we will find the number of workers having wages in between 75 and 95. Okay, so first of all we find two quartiles Q1 and Q3. So how to find these two quartiles? Let us see. Okay, after drawing the curve we have to locate Q1 and Q3, two quartiles of the given frequency distribution. So we can locate Q2 also. Q2 is nothing but the median of the given frequency distribution, and that median, to locate the median we have to draw, or we can easily locate as we are locating Q1 and Q3. Okay, to find Q1 or to locate Q1 we find the observation with number n by 4th. We find the n by 4th observation, that is 120 upon 4th observation, that is 30th observation. Okay, 30th observation म्हणजे 30 नंबरचं ऑब्झर्वेशन कोणतं आहे हे आपल्याला फाइंड आउट करायचं आहे. फॉर, तर हे कसं फाइंड आउट करायचं बघा. फॉर ऑन वाय ॲक्सिस फ्रॉम 30 ड्रॉ ए हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन. वाय ॲक्सिसवरती 30 फूट आहे बघायचा. ओके, आणि फ्रॉम दॅट 30 ड्रॉ वन हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन. ओके, एक हॉरिझॉन्टल लाइन ड्रॉ कर रहा. ड्रॉ वन हॉरिझॉन्टल HORI. Okay, there must be I. Draw one horizontal line, means line parallel to x-axis from 30. Okay, and it will cross our Ogive curve at some point. From that point, drop a perpendicular on x-axis, and the foot of the perpendicular is nothing but our q1. Okay, so this is the way to find out q1. Now similarly we can find out q3. Similarly, to find out q3, yeah, I want to find out q3, not q2. Q3, we find the observation with number 3 times enough by 13th observation. Means finally we have to find out 19th observation. Okay, so for on y-axis from 90, draw a horizontal line. It will cross our Ogive curve at some point. From that point, drop a perpendicular on x-axis. The foot of the perpendicular is nothing but q3. Okay, so to find out both the quartiles, we have to find out q1. We have to find out 30 on the y-axis, and from that 30 draw one horizontal line, and see that horizontal line where crosses to our graph, and from that cross point you drop a perpendicular on x-axis, and in the foot of the perpendicular on the x-axis is nothing but our q2, sorry, is nothing but our q1, means first quartile. And to find out q2, we have to find 90 on the y-axis, and from that y-axis, from that 19 point, we draw one horizontal line. It will also crosses to our graph, and from that cross point drop a perpendicular on the x-axis, and the foot of the perpendicular is nothing but our quartile q3. Okay, so let us see how to find these quartiles. Okay, so now see here our graph is ready. Now first of all we find where is 30 on the, to find q1, where is 30 on the y-axis. So here is 30, so you see here the 30 is here. Okay, so from that 30 we draw one horizontal line, and it will crosses our graph at this point, and from this point we drop, and from this point we drop a perpendicular on x-axis. Okay, so see here, okay, so see here one horizontal line is drawn. It crosses our point here, and from that cross point we'll drop a perpendicular on the x-axis, and we have that foot of the perpendicular, and it is nothing but q1. Okay, तीस मधून हॉरिझॉन्टल लाईन काढली, ग्राफला क्रॉस करते, या पॉईंटला क्रॉस करते, आणि इथून आपण एक परपेंडिक्युलर टाकला एक्स ॲक्सिसवरती, दॅट फूट ऑफ द परपेंडिक्युलर इज नथिंग बट q1. सिमिलरली we find where is 90 to find q3, where is 90 on the x-axis. So here is 90, and from that 90 we draw one horizontal line, and it will crosses our graph at this point, and from this point we draw the perpendicular on the x-axis. Okay, so see here one line is drawn from 19 horizontal line, it crosses to our graph, and from that cross point we drop a perpendicular on the x-axis, and that foot of the perpendicular is nothing but our quartile q3. So see here we can find that quartile q3. Okay, quartile q2 right, actually it is q3 not q2, that is the mistake. Okay, so this is q1 and this is q3. Okay, not q2. So q2 is also we found. So see a cross point and we are drawing like this. So in this way we have to find out these quartiles. This is q1 and this is q2. Sorry, q1 and q3. Third quartile we are finding. Okay, so this is the way to find out the quartiles from the given Ogive curve. Okay, now let us go to the next question. Next question means second part of this question, and thus first quartile for the given data q1 is 67, and the third quartile, again here we are writing q2, it is not, it is a third quartile. So third quartile for given data is 84. Okay, now to find the number of workers having wages between 75 and 95, we have to draw two vertical line passing through 2 points 75, 0 and 95, 0, which will meet the curve at two different points. From these points we draw horizontal lines meeting y-axis at some points. Identify these values on y-axis, and these values are nothing but 55 and 115. There is a mistake here, it must be 115. Okay, this point here must be 115. Okay, so now we see on the graph what we have to do. Okay, let us see on the graph. We have drawn a curve and vertical lines also. Okay, and up to now we found two quartiles q1 and q3. Okay, and now we will find a number 75 on the x-axis. That number, where is that number? 75 is here, and from that 75 we draw one vertical line which crosses our graph at some point, and from that point draw one horizontal line which crosses to our x-axis at this point, and that point value is nothing but, see here, it is 55. Okay, similarly we find a 95 on the x-axis. 95 means wages. 95 which we find on the x-axis, and that will appear somewhere here. See here, 95 line is green line, 95 is here, it crosses our Ogive curve at this point, at this point, and from this point we draw one horizontal line, and that horizontal line crosses our y-axis at this point, and the point value is 115. Okay, we take the subtraction of 115. We take the subtraction of this point 115 and this point 55. 55, the subtraction is nothing but it gives the number of workers having wages in between 75 and 95. Okay, so this is our, okay, and on the next line, thus the number of workers having wages between 75 and 95 is 115 minus 150, 55 is equal to 60. Therefore there are 60 workers having wages in between 75 and 95. So in this way we can find, we have the answers of the both questions. Okay, thus our question is over, our lecture is over. If you have any query you can contact, and let us stop here, and thank you very much.